2 billion, it's crossing about 2 billion active followers.
Oh, you're actually acting? I thought.
Hi guys, today we're talking about Facebook versus Instagram and content relevant for each platform.
For fashion brands.
Yes.
One of the first things that fashion brands do when they're making their marketing plans is they decide on the right platforms for their products. So let's say that they know that Facebook has over 3 billion active users right now. They would hardly think that they need to switch to that platform because it has the most active users, and they need to keep the platform which has the most active users so that they can sell their product broadly.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really work for them, because when it comes to specifying any platform for your product, you need to look at the relevance of that platform, and you need to see what kind of audience is actually there on that platform. Now, your product doesn't necessarily have to attract all kinds of audience. There is a possibility that your product is being more appealed by a specific type of audience, which could be youngsters, or it could be elderly people, or it could be children, or whatever. That's something that you need to decide. So based on that specificity, you need to figure out exactly which is the right platform that you need to choose for your specific product. So let's actually talk about the importance of Facebook and then the importance of Instagram. Facebook, albeit, is the most actively used platform, but the fact about Facebook is that it is mostly contaminated with people belonging to all sects of
Exactly.
it's you just study the demographics and you learn that people from all age are actually using Facebook right now. I don't really consider my grandmother being on Instagram, but
yeah.
she would definitely be on Facebook.
So I would also, this is a very relevant point, and I'd add to that, you also need to, while you are, say for example, you've dissected, you just want to be on Instagram and Facebook, right? So there's the thing that you need to ask yourself is the platform's usage, right? So Facebook, being a really old platform, is now mainly for information sharing. You would have so many different types of content going out on Facebook, not just products, not just business. So you have communities on Facebook. You even have games that you can play on Facebook. So there's so much noise that goes on Facebook. While if you compare it to Instagram, you will see that Instagram is a lot more targeted. It's just for video related content, visual content, right? So I think this would give you a good tip that even if you are present on Facebook, even if you're present present on Instagram at the same time, what kind of content would be relevant to your audience?
Right. So there can't really be a competition between the two platforms, because each platform is well suited for a specific type of content. For example, if you're trying to reach out to people who are more attracted toward aesthetic type of visually appealing content, then maybe Instagram is your go-to platform to market your product. But if you're thinking to make a community, tap into communities, and look for people who are trying to get discounts or trying to dispatch products from one place to another, etc., you're not going to find such kind of groups or communities on Instagram. You will find such communities on Facebook. So that's where you need to be to build a community around your brand and make sure that your product has a good set of brand awareness.
There's actually a lot of discourse that can happen on Facebook groups. You could actually make such groups of your own that could have targeted conversations about your brand, or just fashion brands in particular, in a particular area. Let's say you are operating from America, you could further dig down into these groups where you could put out your content that could help with the discourse of related to fashion brands in particular. While this is relevant for Facebook, something that could be different for Instagram is giving behind the scenes insight scoop. So Instagram essentially gives you a lot more leverage to relay your brand's personality. So what is unique about your brand? And thanks to all this, the lifestyle associated with Instagram, it really helps people connect with your brand easily. It helps your customers connect with the people, the faces of your brand as well. So giving them inside scoops. Remember how we were talking about behind the scenes of your brand, people who are working the faces of your brand, ambassadors, people could actually follow them up and engage with conversations with them as well. So when it comes to giving exclusive sort of footages about your brand, Instagram is definitely the place to go. But if you want to have targeted communities, I think Facebook could really help you create that sort of discourse about your brand.
So as I was talking about how Facebook is a lot more informational, while Instagram is about generally capturing moments, right? Whenever you're a customer or you, for example, were to open your phone, what you expect from Instagram is to see all those pictures of your family and friends or the businesses that you're following. While this is expected of Facebook to also relay information, updates that are going around in the world.
Yeah, we can just say that Facebook is about text and
exactly,
Instagram is about image.
So if we were to give you an example of a very well-known brand, let's take a look at H&M, for example. If you compare their Instagram or Facebook, you would see a stark difference. So their Instagram is heavily reliant on pictures, on visuals, really eye-catching visuals, while you will see on their Facebook, there's a lot of data related to their company updates, news, for example.
Yeah, because since that kind of limitation is attached to Instagram, you can't really have text or information out there on, Instagram. Even if the text has to be there, it has to be on an image. When you have to search for, some text-based content on Instagram, you can't really do that by writing out, a keyword or something.
Sure.
What you can actually do is use hashtags, which is why the hashtag feature is very appealing on, Instagram. And you have seen over the years that how hashtags made some campaigns really popular for fashion brands or, for any brands for that matter.
Especially for the retail industry, if you could say. Yeah.
True. But then when we talk about Facebook, we can talk about, how Facebook has a lot more diversity in terms of text-based content. We can talk about, you can use Facebook to talk about your company updates, press release, etc., blogs, any discussion or discourse moving around your brand could happen on Facebook. It is kind of like, Quora.
Yes.
Where
your brand's
people
community.
where people go to discuss about your brand, and then discussions are actually really important for your brand in itself.
One really important feature that you should be, since the algorithm for Instagram keeps changing and it's a lot more about the video content and reels. So one thing that you could really use for Instagram is having your stories updated every day. So even, for example, what Instagram gives you the leverage is that people are going to look at your stories no matter what, right? Even if they're skipping out posts on their feed, stories is something they're going to check every single day.
This is what the survey says. The latest behavior of people on Instagram is they don't really look at their newsfeed. What they look at are actually the stories. So that they have to be updated every 24 hours or every 6 hours would be something that we would suggest, because after 24 hours they actually die.
Whatever content it is that you have updated on your feed, or content other than the feed. So for example, if it's something backstage, exclusive content, some people that you're collaborating with, influencers, that can go on your stories, and people could check that out regardless if you have been muted by them on their feed. So this sort of content might not be as relevant to Facebook because there's so much noise and clutter that goes on over there. There's a lot of other discourse that happens. But so it really, then again, what we started in
not really discourse, but there are a lot of features on Facebook.
Yeah, so many
there are
features.
groups, there's marketplace, there's shop, there's
updates, everything.
Yeah, way too many things on Facebook, which is why it becomes really noisy being there. And you need to make sure that whatever product or brand you're associated with, it has to fit really well for a platform, which either is Facebook or it's Instagram. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to our Candid Talk. We will be back again next week with another subject. If you have any topic in mind that you would like us to discuss, please let us know so we can touch upon that.